All right, guys, you know what time that is. It is time for Japan. New Japan predictions for the final 8 of the New Japan Cup. Guys, this has been a great tournament. I've actually gotten to sit and watch every single match. I lied. Not the first round. But every match in the second round I did get to watch. 8 matches. Wasn't much. The only thing that sucks is that they do shows on Sunday nights, which means I gotta avoid spoilers and I gotta watch them on Mondays. And it doesn't leave me much time to get this video up because they have a show the very next night, which I've never understood why they don't have a gap. Because after tonight's show, where the first two of the final eight matchups go, then there's 2 days off, and then they do it again. So, like, why wouldn't you take the 2 days off and then do the final 8 matches? I don't know. But anyway, 8 matches going into it. I did pretty well. I was 6-2, and I will cover which ones I got right, and I will cover which ones I got wrong. First, it was Evil over Jeff Cobb. I did pick that one. He wasn't going to lose his match having the bye, and so it was 2 big men battling it out. And, of course, you know, Evil got the victory in that one. I don't think that was a surprise too much, so I was right on that one. I was wrong on this next one, but I was actually happy that Yano got the win. Upset win. Like I said, I've never watched a Yano match where I was not entertained. So if you don't enjoy Yano matches, I wonder if I could actually have fun hanging out with you, because it seems like you would be kind of dead for, you would not be the life of the party. You would be the opposite of that. You would be the death of the party if you don't enjoy Yano matches. So anyway, Yano did beat Great-O-Khan, who had actually a surprise victory over Naito. So Yano beat the guy who tapped out Naito. Crazy, right? But anyway, Yano has punched his way into what we call in America the Elite 8. Next match here, Shingo Takagi versus Goto. Shingo beat Okada in the first round, and then he beat Goto. Those used to be right there. 2 of my 3 favorites in New Japan used to be. Now I don't think Goto's in my top 5. But it used to be Goto number 3, Ishii number 2, and Okada number 1. So Shingo has beaten 2 of those of my former top 3, and now Shingo's actually in my top 3 for New Japan. So Shingo beat Okada, beat Goto. I don't think it was much of a surprise. He's poised to have an amazing year, just like he did last year, honestly. Then it was Kenta over Suzuki in a bloodbath without the blood. It was a slap fest. They got slapped to the moon, especially Kenta, but that's a typical Minoru Suzuki match right there, and that's one that we all love, the strong style of New Japan. We all love that kind of match. So I did pick Kenta to win that one, but again, Suzuki did put forth a very valiant effort and did not come away with the victory. But Kenta moves in to face Shingo in the second round. Sorry, Evil would face Yano. I'll get to those in a minute. Will Ospreay versus ZSJ. I will give ZSJ credit. I have said time and time again, the slow, technical, submission wrestling type style is not my type, and it's a lot of people's type. That's fine. There's nothing bad that I can say about it other than it's not my type. So Will Ospreay, that is more my type. Yeah, the flippy guy, the guy who can do all these athletic moves and stuff. Yeah, that's my type of wrestler right there. But I was rooting for Ospreay in this match, and he did win. ZSJ, actually, I am going to give him credit because I've never actually watched a ZSJ match that I really enjoyed because they're all so slow. But with Ospreay being so fast, he actually had to make ZSJ go a little faster to maneuver. To be able to pull off his maneuvers. So ZSJ actually had to transition into his submissions, very quickly, because Will Ospreay is very fast. So ZSJ did not bore me to death in this match, and it was actually really good, but Will Ospreay did get the win in that one. He's doing well, the rest of his faction not doing so well. In fact, the entire time that faction has been going on, he has not been doing that well. Will Ospreay's been the only one standing out in that group. Sanada, my favorite wrestler in the world. I was wearing his shirt last week. He did get the victory over Nagata. Not a surprise. I'm not going to gush over Sanada Cold Skull all night because you guys know it's my favorite wrestler. So I'm just going to move on because Nagata wasn't anything special. He got the win there. David Finlay. Actually, this is the one I was wrong on the right side. So this is the second one I was wrong on. I was wrong on Yano winning, which I'm happy that Yano won. And then I'm surprised that Finlay got the win. So Finlay's in the final 8, whereas his partner, now Impact World Champion Juice Robinson, actually got out in the first round. So I'm actually a little bit surprised at that one because Yoshihashi has actually improved the past couple of years. And I really thought he was going to get the win and have a chaos. Well, they're both, I believe, friendly. But I thought it was going to be Yoshihashi versus Jay White, who won the next matchup against Tanahashi. And in a good match, all by himself, though, as you can see, King Switch, the Switchblade. It is Bullet Club era, and it is still Jay White's era. as he beats Tanahashi and gets on the mic afterwards, and it is great. His typical shenanigans all through the match, just doing what he does best, riling people up, not taking people seriously, whatnot. But he actually did pull out the victory by getting a reversal on his own in the end of the match, so I'm going to give him credit for that. Now, this is what you guys came for. Now that I did my review, and I did it really quickly, I did it in about 6 minutes, 5 minutes after that music and me drinking my soft drink here that I'm hoping to get sponsored by Diet Coke someday, or Coke Zero, whatever. Here's the final 8. It's going to be Evil versus Yano, Kenta versus Shingo, Will Ospreay versus Sonata, and Finlay versus Jay White. Let's go with the easy one, folks. Let's go with the easy one. I said I was going to go from 8 to 1 today, and that's what I'm going to do. So if I'm wrong on any of these, at Interview Prince is where you can find me on Twitter. At Interview Prince. It's just like it sounds like. INTERVIEW That is going to be where you can find my updated predictions. If any of these are going to be wrong, the next 7 that I'm going to predict, which I'm guaranteed one of them is going to be wrong. So, but here we go. This is going to be the last video I do on our YouTube channel. I'm going to go with the easy one, Jay White over David Finlay. I believe that's just too easy right there. David Finlay, being a tag team partner of FinJuice, tag team partner of Juice Robinson, is not going to go into the Final 4 here and beat one of the top names in New Japan. I'm sorry, his little run comes to an end. It's going to be Jay White going into the final on the right side of the bracket. Moving over to the left side of the bracket, I'm going to pick the easy one there. It's going to be Evil versus Yano. Yano's little games that he's been playing, it's not going to happen to get any farther. He's done his normal 2 wins. He does the same thing in the G1. He gets a couple cheap victories here and there, but in the end, it's going to be Evil who got the bye-in to get into past the first round to get into the second round, and now he's basically going to have a bye here because Yano's not going to put up much of a fight here. The typical Yano shenanigans is going to be enjoyable. I'm going to be rooting for him, but he's just not going to get the win here. So on the left side, it's going to be Kenta and Shingo. This one was actually very, very tough for me because I thought that it was going to be Bullet Club versus Bullet Club there for a second, Evil versus Kenta, but I changed my mind in the last minute, seeing some tweets tonight. They're right. Shingo has just beaten Goto, just beaten Okada, and he's going to beat Kenta. He's going to beat 3 of the biggest names that New Japan has right now, and 3 of the biggest names that they've ever had. He's going to beat those 3. He's going to have a breakout year, as if last year wasn't a breakout year. He's in my top 3 favorites in New Japan. Shingo's amazing. Kenta's amazing too. Don't get me wrong. I love Kenta. I freaked out when he went to AEW, for that match and beat down on Jon Moxley there. I love Kenta, but I love Shingo a little more, and more so I love him in this match. It's going to be Shingo beating Kenta. Sorry guys, Shingo will go on to face former Los Ingobernables de Japón stablemate Evil. It'll be Shingo and Evil in the Final 4. Over on the right side, who is the King Switch going to beat? I said beat because this one hurts me. I think that Jay White is going to beat the winner of Ospreay and Sonata, but who's it going to be? This one hurts me. My favorite wrestler in the world. Anyone that knows me, I tweet Sonata. But this one hurts again. I'll say it the 3rd, 4th, 5th time. I'm going to pick Will Ospreay here. Will Ospreay versus Jay White just makes a little bit more sense to me. 2 very, very good European wrestlers. It's poised to be those 2, I believe. It's going to be them 2 in the Final 4 on the right side. So there you have it. I didn't want to say it, but now I've already said it. It's going to be Will Ospreay versus Jay White in the Final 4 on the right side. And on the left side, it's going to be Evil versus Shingo. And speaking of Evil versus Shingo, I really, really, really wanted... You know what? I'm going to skip that. I'm going to go to the right side. I'm going to go to the easy one again. Jay White with another easy victory over Will Ospreay. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really, really tough. It's going to be a banger match. I hope I'm right on that. I hope we do get Ospreay versus Jay White. But 10 out of 10, hoping that the match is going to be. But I do think Jay White's going to get his way into the final. I think he is just setting up to just be at the top for a while in New Japan, even as a foreigner. I believe that he has a better chance of getting to a final as a foreigner than Will Ospreay does. No matter how good Will Ospreay is, just a little bit away from being his time. I think Will Ospreay's time will come, but not quite. It's going to be Jay White getting in the final. Who will he fight? Will it be Evil or will it be Shingo? This one is tough for me. This one is so tough for me. Shingo. Is he going to beat a former double champion, Evil, a former champion, Kaz Okada, a former champion, Kenta, a former champion, Goto? Is he going to beat those 4 legendary names on his way to the final? Or is it going to be Evil getting the sneak victory to go into the finals against, Jay White, the guy that he kind of held the torch for when Jay White was out during coronavirus? He took the double championships, and he was the leader, quote unquote, of the Bullet Club. It's tough. People say Shingo's not going to beat Okada in the first round just to have Shingo not make it to the final, let alone lose in the final. They think that because he beat Okada in the first round, he's going to win all of it. I really, really think that Evil versus Jay White is what a lot of people do want to see. All Bullet Club final, the two leaders of the group, who's really going to stand tall. It's time to separate that. It's time to pick the guy who's going to be on top. But I think in the heat of the moment, I just changed my mind. Shingo is going to beat Evil. He's going to have a legendary run. He's going to get into the finals versus Jay White. And so there you have it. Your final, I just picked it. I just changed it. I was going to go into this video, going to pick Evil versus Jay White. But I'm picking Jay White versus Shingo. And I don't believe it's because he beat Okada in the first round and then Goto and Kenta. I don't believe it's because of all that he's going to win the tournament. But I do believe, just called it, just changed my mind again. I was going to have an all Bullet Club final between Evil and Jay White when I started this video. I just changed my mind to be Shingo versus Jay White. And not only that, but I was going to have Jay White beat Evil in the final before I started filming this video. I have now changed that in the heat of the moment to Shingo Takagi as your New Japan Cup winner. So guys, this has been a great video. I love New Japan. It's my favorite company. I can sit there and I can talk about them all day. Like I said, I only watched 7 matches, and here I am. I already talked about them for about 13 minutes. So if I just go look at last year real quick, if I look at last year's tournament results, I got to scroll all the way to it. Yeah, if I look at last year's tournament results, it was Evil getting the victory. Evil in the final versus Kaz Okada. Couldn't believe that crap. That was a shocker. But looking at it, Sonata made it to the Final Four. I was really angry that he didn't. But looking back, Shingo, I can't find him. Did he go out in the first round last year? I'm looking. Shingo lost to Sho in the first round. He's not going out in the first round now, my friends. He's going to win the tournament. So there you have it. If there's any updates to this bracket, because I know I'm not going to be right on all those picks on those 7 matches I just chose. But if there's any changes to that, I will put it up at InterviewPrince on Twitter. And you can check out my updated predictions if any of those become wrong. Going into tonight, we got 2 matches, and then 2 days from now, we're going to have 2 more matches going into the Final Four over the weekend and final. So I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. I will leave you with a little bit more of that music. And hopefully you watch this, because I've enjoyed doing these more than any other video besides the Dynamite reviews. I think that's our bread and butter. That's my favorite one. But this is the one I really like. This is the company I really love talking to the most, about the most, and the one I could probably do by myself the best. So here you go. Guys, enjoy it. Have a good week. And hopefully we can roll right into a great weekend of New Japan Cup final action.